draw. Weegar scores! Kuzmenko was shaken up at the side of the goal.
The good burst there towards Primo. Shot, score! What a rip! Kastelik!
Right side, down low, Fiala. Cross ice, Kopitar. Now back across, Fiala. Down low, touch pass, Kopitar, scores!
Now Braden Shen weaving through center. In over the line, Parayko joins, score! Shen wins it!
Kucherov on the flank. Here's Hedman. So no Gensel out there. Point wide open in front, score! Broken up, read nicely by Pettersson. The veteran through center, Puljujärvi on the off wing. Hudson is back. Eller with a shot on the goal! Lars Eller!
Jeremy Lauzon, they go to the corner. Larson at the point. He'll look it over. Here's Evans. His shot scores! Riker Evans with a bullet.
Natchez tries to put it in the corner, but Pittsburgh's able to clear. Orlov with it. Now here's a good opportunity for the Canes as they'll put it through, and then another goal!
Rantanen tried to put it on net, got cut down. Swept around for Mikko. In front, shot, score! Ross Cotton!
Scored a goal 5-on-5, and they're carrying on where they left off. A couple good chances early in the first.
Shen, score!
In this case, to try and have the call made. Here comes Jake Evans, trying to bust his way through. He does! Got it back for Josh Anderson, tipped it wide. Mayu scores!
Just over a minute with which to work in the overtime session. Wilson with momentum, 2-on-1. Wilson fires, score!
Going after it is Seth Jarvis. Turnover. Leonard Edmonton, no worse for wear.
Nice defensive play for McDavid.
Now the Oilers scooting in the shoot and score!
That was a smart play by Taves to let that go. It would have been called too many men against Colorado.
Kiviranta scores! McKinnon for Makar. McKinnon pumps. McKinnon moves. McKinnon shoots. Scores!
Dominated for most of this hockey game. Bouchard, Arvidsson, nifty play to Draisaitl with Letang back. Draisaitl fires and scores!
Penguins control off the draw in their zone, but Myers with a good read to keep the puck in. Here's Garland in the corner. Connor Garland, Pettersson scores!
Pacioretty, 47 career 2-assist games. Now, Riley, right in, he scores!
And that came hot off the boards, but then settles down ahead of the goal line. And Florida able to lift it out. Reinhart, cross ice for Barkov. In the Buffalo zone. Shot off the post, scores!
Had Magical scored, Edmonton probably would have gotten the goalie interference. Draisaitl, you heard the post. It's in! It's in!
Shoots, Walker stop, rebound right in front of Stuart Skinner, but Sharangovich couldn't get to it. Ball keeps it alive for Calgary. Sharangovich, a shot, scores!
Turns it over. Looks like it could have been a potential 2-on-1.
Here's Bogosian, a shot, he scores!
First shot wide, now Walker back of the goal. Nathan Walker and Fox in front. Twerchenko shoots, and he scores! Top corner! Have not this year. As a matter of fact, the Blues have now allowed the first goal in the last 6 games. And here comes the speedy Connor McMichael. Shoots, and he scores!
Beats it across as Batherson will lift it in. Norris goes after the puck. Behind the net for Batherson. Kachuk catches up to it right in front, scores!
Rantanen shoots, and it's blocked away. He'll gather that puck. 40 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. Score! Mikko Rantanen!
Kaprizov lets it go by for Boldy. Middleton a shot. That hit traffic out front. Kaprizov to Boldy. He scores!
Penguins, they are returning home. There's a shot scored by Marchment.
Drop pass Bouchard. They'll change. New York can't do it. They've got Draisaitl and McDavid against the tired Pulock, and Draisaitl scores the winner.
Heads off, looking for a new one. Instead changes. Cousins is on. 30 seconds to go. Move for Dahlin! Score!
It's more marginal.
Now Svechnikov will add to a
plus. What a shot from Andrei Svechnikov.
Flames are 0-2 on the power play. Great chances. 6 shots by Calgary in the man advantage. Weegar. Kirigovich one time scores.
He'll drop it back. Now this is taken away, and here comes a break. Coming in on Kochetkov, dragging, shooting, and scoring.
Duchesne goes rink wide. Heiskanen catches up. He scores! What a shot by Miro Heiskanen.
And they come close there. Here's a chance now and a good bounce. Peyton Krebs walks in. He's got a lane, fires a shot, and that one's in the back of the net. Peyton Krebs with a rocket.
Nichushkin now with it. Has a man in the slot all alone, and they score. Well defended and dumped to the ice by Kulak, and now the Oilers might have an on-man rush brewing. It's Draisaitl. One-timer by Carlson, and there it finally is. 28 points in the 20 games. And he's a plus 18. Panthers have a 3-on-2. Bennett feeds Mikkola. Mikkola fires and scores!
This is played forward, and Gostisbehere cut off Ben. It's work free, and that shot is hammered home.
Steps in the middle, gives it up to Kucherov in front, and he almost had Cirelli for the tap in, and a heavy stick in front. Now Ottinen with his battle down. Here's Kucherov, scores!
Nice pass there by Eichel to Pietrangelo, the D-man jumping in.
Pietrangelo for Barbashev. Back across for Dorofeev. He shoots, he scores!
Only Winnipeg has scored more power play goals than the 23 from the Devils. Jack Hughes, slot for Hischier, close by Mott. Here's Hamilton, a shot, he scores.
Gooley with Jake Evans. Panarin shoots, save, Montemo. 25 seconds to go in the two-man advantage. Panarin shoots, he scores!
8 minutes gone here in the second period. Toronto's had a lot of zone time. Here's Tanev in, scores! As we approach the midway point of regulation. Toronto steps back in over that line. There's a shot, scores!
On the move, Lars Eller. Eller dragging this one, spreading the ice sheet for a Chychrun drive. He scores!
Detroit very aggressive up ice here. Now the stretch pass, Pettersson moving it. DeBrusk with him, takes the drop feed. Jake DeBrusk shoots, he scores! Hat-trick, Jake DeBrusk!
McBugstad is there. Bocelli's got it. Drops it, Schmaltz. Shoots, he scores! Nick Schmaltz!
Dangerous rebound opportunity there off the Husso save. Marchand has it. Brazos in front. Marchand dances. Petrie. One-timer's a goal! Holy shnikes! What a bomb!
Hudson. Suzuki. Back to Lane Hudson. Laine thought about the one-timer. Rips and score! Welcome to the Bell Center, Patrick Laine!
Samuel was born in Dallas during that time period.
I'll tell you, he's a big man, a big young man.
Marchment shoots and scores!
Double teamed again. The Jets don't send one, they send a couple after you to force a play. Thompson scores!
Around for Neighbors, who has about 35 friends and family in attendance tonight. Thomas fakes the pass, right in on goal, shoots, he scores!
Glass and Carlson, even strength goal at 6:19. Rangers onside. Here's Panarin with a shooting angle, and he scored!
Hayton plays it back, high slot. Kesselring shot, scores! Sabres fail to clear. Kesselring gets it back again.
John Carlson. Pass across off the stick of Connor McMichael. He's pressured by Armia. Nifty pass by Chychrun to Strome. Scores!
Backhanded it wide. Good play by Schneider to stay with him. Trocheck with a hit on right. Bjorkstrand out in front. They score! Tolvanen ties it.
Larkin won the draw back to Edvinsson. Able to find Raymond. Sider scores!
Neighbors looking to get back within one. Power, his shot scores!
Edvinsson. He drops it back to no one in particular. It's Lawton going the other way. Another breakaway. Lawton lines, fires, and he scores! A rocket! And they got the tools defensively. It's just putting it together as Cousins in. What a shot! Score! Dylan Cousins, a rocket up top.
McAvoy stole it just as he made his move. Flames get a quick change in. Bruins have 40 seconds remaining in overtime. Pastrnak in, shoots, scores!
And Jones losing his footing. Ekblad will work it north. Samoskevich a shot. He scores! Picked off by Braden McNabb. Olofsson out through center. A spring pass. Kolasar's in. He scores!
Jonathan thinking of Jonathan Berggren. It's Albert Johansson.
Now the Blues, oh my, 17 seconds into the second period.
High and wide, recovered there by Eklund. Now for Granlund. Shot, scores! One-timer, a blast. The guy got hit.
Oh, he's a factor. He's a factor in every play. I mean, he's got to be exhausted.
Checo scores!
Miller. And a tip there by Goodrow. Otherwise, Pettersson's got a clean look. Pettersson scores.
They cash in again.
10th of the year for Tuck. Here comes Cousins now. Cousins across, shot, score! Holy shnikes!
In for Fisher tonight. Back in for Connor McMichael. Made the play across and they score! And wouldn't you know it?
Stanley at the point, to the wall. Barron goes down, gets back up, swings it. DeMello scores! Dylan DeMello!
But you got to just get it and move it right away.
There's Bedard back into the St. Louis zone. Seth Jones for Bertuzzi. Score!
Get the funny feeling it's going to be one of those games, Jim. Maybe the first goal might be the last goal. Now ahead, here come the King shot. Score!
Ottawa unable to continue on the forecheck. Johnson out to the neutral zone, has Duchesne, skates quickly over to the captain. Ben tries a shot, scores! Jamie Benn, bar down.
Draisaitl, determined, keeps it alive for Kulak. Nurse to the middle. Draisaitl fires and scores!
Possible breakaway. Hedl moves in behind the defense. Bar down! Hedl roots it! And the Rangers are within one.
Carlson out of the far corner, trying to send that one to the net. Good block by Power as he stepped up into the lane of the veteran. Here's a turnover, and Alex Tuck's got a look. Score!
Centering wide. Manson over to pick it up, but it's Middlestad instead. Straight ahead, Taves. Long wrister off the pipe and in. Bar down, Devontae.
I think Markstrom may have caught a piece of it. Larson keeps it alive. Here's Chandler Stevenson. Back to the line, sends it across. Larson shoots, scores!
He was in an awkward position and did not get much help from his teammates.
That's the
clearing the crease.
Too many attempts at that puck.
A blast by Morrissey, he scores!
Drops one off to Matthews. Marner right back to Austin Matthews. Tavares squares up, shoots, scores!
Get the frosted tips in there of Sam Poulin. Here comes Raquel moving in. Wires one, score!
Eklund again. Here again. Liljegren has a look. Back skating, fires, and scores!
Chatfield whiffs another breakaway. Guess who? Willie Nylander again! Finally! At long last! Score! And he set up the opening goal scored by Trent Frederick. Pastrnak. Sent it left of the net. Fired and score! Parker Wotherspoon, his first NHL goal!
Tries to send it to the slot, unsuccessfully, and here comes Josi, picking up speed. Josi looks for help.
Barron a one-timer, score!
This one stood out for sure. The game in Toronto, you wonder on back-to-backs how the Canucks would fare. They put in one of their best defensive efforts.
Here's Hoglander stealing, moving in, scores!
Just Byron standing all alone, one-on-one with Nedeljkovic. Power holds it, creates a lane, fire, scores!
Comes behind, past Cotter all the way around to Luke Hughes. His pass was well read by Couturier. Now it springs Matvei Michkov. Here he comes. He shoots. He scores.
Flames on the forecheck. Coleman pounds down a puck. Goes to Coronado. Shoots and scores. What a laser from Coronado. Cairns up ice on the Calgary power play. Moves it to Blake Coleman. Back across. Kuzmenko in, shoots, scores!
For Valimaki. Sends it in to the corner. Tucker. On him is Keller. Strips it away. Cooley scores!
Nemesnikov up ahead is Neil Pionk. He's got some room. Neil Pionk for the win. Shoots, scores! Pionk with a ripper.
Saved by Annunen there off Liljegren, who jumped in. Back to Mario Ferraro.
In goal differential in first periods, but here they score the first goal. It's brought in by Natchez, dropped it back to Makar, who scores!
Looking to find a way out into center ice. There, Power leaves it. Peterka's got a lane, scores! What a dart!
Penalty killers hanging on. They're tired out there. They've been out there for a while now. Connor Bedard all the way around the outside. Scores! What a shot!
You know, I think anybody's first year in the league, you go through those ups and downs of an 82-game schedule.
Shot blocked by Couturier. Freed up once again. That shot, score!
Protas back on top for Ovechkin. Alex waits, then fires. He scores! Ovechkin from deep provides that one shot in the arm.
Rasmussen tripped up. They play on. Burakovsky. Now Shane Wright with a shot. He scores!
Check there. Johnson, good work. Got it to Konechny. He'll move it in the air, but not out of the zone. Kept in. And the shot, they score!
Off that last chance that the Leafs had.
Tolvanen across the line. Tolvanen with a screen. Score!
Yeah, they have. And don't get me wrong, the Blackhawks are playing aggressive hockey, but that's even more reason to get those pucks in.
That's kept in by Donato. Gets it back. Donato shoots, and he scores!
Lindell. And Harley, and he scores. Thomas Harley.
McDavid, so there's a good mix in their upcoming schedule.
Trade deadline right around that Oiler game as well. Gallagher, wrist shot, score!
Now for Hedman. Drags. Moves it for Brodin. Brodin with a shot, and he scores! Jonas Brodin over the glove hand of Binnington.
Perhaps they can get some odd mans in the offensive zone.
Give away by Hintz. Onto the stick of McDavid.
Not a good decision.
Shot by McDavid. Score! The return of international hockey involving NHL players.
Been great.
Score! Esa Lindell puts Finland on the board.
And the Capitals with the lead on the road already. 19 road victories, more than they had all of last season. There's Chickman again, and they score!
Ben found him with a pass.
Jack Hughes cuts right back to the front. It's jarred away by DeSmith. Made a couple of poke checks today. Hughes shoots, he scores!
Here it comes back for Sider and across now for Kane. High slot shot, scores! Patrick Kane! Sider and Sherrod. Loose puck, clear, not out. Whack at the puck, they score! Oh my, tie game!
I talked to him at length, and it's a difficult situation for a young player.
Out high, McNabb, a rush shot, and he scores! Brandon McNabb off the post and in!
Kings went trailing entering the third. 4-11-1. Here's Moore to the net. Scores!
Back for Rantanen. He's moving this puck. The puck moving here is now Rantanen shot. He scores!
He's thinking about sprinting to the net. Off the bench, there's an uncovered man. And 2-on-1 here.
Letang, Malkin for the win! Score!
In the slot, Eklund, or maybe a break now. Off the head is Pinto, takes it off his skate, breakaway chance, scores!
Kyle Palmieri, checked there by Vakanainen. A good play by Cooley, a hit on Dobson, back the other way, Carrick. Carrick dropped it off for Morgan, he scores!
Takes Matheson with him, then throws it into the corner. Bryson along with Peterka, far circle, one-timer scores! Tage Thompson with a bullet!
Camry steps in to steal. Navigates around the forecheck from Couturier. Hanley will bounce that one out. And Camry picks it up. Kadri 2-on-1 with Huberdeau. Kadri shoots, scores!
Delayed penalty here. Extra attacker on. Centered across. Pesce lets it go. He scores! Brett Pesce.
They can recover this puck. Beautiful work there. And the help down low.
Now the recovery complete. Sergachev across. Keller, they score!
But down a goal. A takeaway by Stevenson. Shorthanded breakaway. Score! Shorthanded goal for Seattle.
Up the wall in traffic, double teamed, and Byfield with it. Byfield to the net. Byfield shoots. Scores!
Svechkov able to gain the zone. Forsberg staying out there. He turns back, now circles and shoots. He scores!
Fan on it, got it back, and he shot goes wide. Caulfield for Hudson, Delaney, he'll hold, shoots, scores!
Now Hartman. Into the corner, Boldy. Back to Zuccarello. He scores!
Just for point of reference.
Yes, exactly.
Nichushkin to Drew hands to Makar. Washington shoots, scores! Cale Makar, power play goal.
Gibson makes the save, retrieved by Forsberg. Nashville got a power play goal from Vrana in the last meeting. Forsberg over to Stamkos, score!
Barkov again down low. Gives back to Jones. Here's Barkov now in the slot. Fire, score!
Been physical, led by big Sammy Helenius. We mentioned it the other day, but he's only been up for not nearly half the games, but he's among their leaders. Score!
Ekholm to Nurse. Puck wasn't settled. Ekholm. Shot, Henrik scores!
Kozak. Out of the corner. Plays it back. It's a shot. Scores! Welcome, Jacob Bernard Tucker!
Rolls it back of the goal. Robert Thomas there. Stole it from Dvorak. Now Thomas back to Broberg. Shoots. They score! Broberg!
As he's continued that here. 30 seconds to go in this period. Buffalo gaining the zone here. Maybe another push. Yes, there is. Alex Tuch scores!
Devils able to make a clean change after that work from Strong. Now Nico Hischier turns back. He has Bratt to his right. Hischier with speed. He shoots. He scores!
Trying to bank it off. Pickard, who made the save. Draisaitl looks up ice. He's got Jeff Skinner. Bouchard to the net. Trailer Draisaitl fires and scores!
That gets deflected wide by Graf. Pressure from San Jose. Wenberg behind the net. Plays it for Carlson. Ryder Thompson. Score! We're tied.
Weak clearing attempt. Bluger intercepts. Teddy Bluger turning on the left wing boards. Shovels one back. Hronek long shot off a stick and in.
To Geets, Colorado on Thursday. Werenski, that went off Lorentz right to Merzlikins. Turned over again. Dick Robertson scores!
Kane to bring it up again. Dishes across to Brinkett. Now Raymond with room. Moving in. Back to the Brinkett. Score!
The outlet pass, Carlo. Lost by Nylander. Swept ahead by Tavares. Pulls to the forehand. Shoots. Scores!
Nashville down for the red line. Put it hard around. This comes to Palmieri. Palmieri on the backhand. Scores!
They know how tired Gord is and he can't get off.
Kucherov almost got away from Edmondson. Instead, the Red Wings come back up the ice. And it's Kasper! Scores!
Kovalenko, Smith now and back for Cagnoni. Here's Toffoli, scored his 30th goal last night. Fourth time in his career. Shot, score!
Demidov's first game. You can imagine that was like a nightclub there last night. So what a show that was. There's a shot, scores!
7 minutes left here in the second period. As we'll get this one deep. It's Stankovic scores! A power play goal for Logan Stankovic.
Brett Pesce moved one on through center. Bratt to Hischier off the boards. Hischier shot! Score! The Devils are on the board.
Giroux leaves it for Stutzler. Goes back to Jensen. Glove down by Matthews. Watch out! Mitch Marner on the breakaway!
The blue paint. Now Great work by Orlov. He'll pitch it away. Here comes Martinook. He's got Stahl with him. Martinook up high. He scores!
And they're tied at 1. And they score again! Back-to-back goals. Erik Cernak scores. Back for Rantanen. Rantanen, all kinds of room. He scores! Mikko Rantanen!
To drag one through his skates. Klingberg snaps ahead. The drop by Nugent Hopkins. It's to Hyman. Shoots. Score!
Two-man advantage for Washington. Chychrun down low. Strome pulls it back out. Now to Ovechkin with a shot. Score!
To Heiskanen. That pass off the boot of Ehlers. Bounces instead to Harley. Harley shoots. Save made. A rebound. Score! Steal!
There's Nugent Hopkins. Back defense. Scores!
McDavid had it blocked away. Great play by Schmidt there. Good hit by Arvidsson on Schmidt.
Here comes Kane. Evander Kane with a